Welcome everybody to Find You Fridays. I'm back in Adelaide. Woo! How does it get any more wonderful than that? You just get to and do these last little bits and pieces. All right. Just love how things just kind of get moved around from time to time. And you're like, I don't know where that is. I don't know where that is. Alrighty. Let me jump back over here and we'll go that, and then we'll make sure that's happening there. Welcome. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Welcome to Find You Saturday. Find You Friday on a Saturday. How does it? I'm just so relaxed, to be honest. I'm just very, very chill, very relaxed. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Christine. So yeah, we're just chilling today. We're chilling. We got back in quite late last night after traveling half the day away. And it was good. It was a good trip back. I feel very grateful that I feel very grateful for everything over the last couple of weeks. And yeah. Anyhow, how have you all been over this last week? Has it treated you kindly now that all the planets of things are in direct? Has it treated you well? Has it treated you kindly? Have you had any lumps and bumps along the way? Maybe you have, and maybe they've been handled with a little bit more ease. I hope so. Hi, Rick. Thank you for my rose. You never did give me any roses while I was up there, to be fair. Have to save that for next time, huh? Love it. All right, let me find out what cards we're going to play with today. Hello. Oh, ouch. Oh, dear. Thank you, Amanda. Hello. Hi, Melinda. And since the last time I saw you guys, I now have my own hat. I don't have to have Rick's hat anymore. I have my own hat. It's pretty cool. Am I wearing it today? No, because I'm in Adelaide. I'm not in Uluru. I'm not in the outback. Oh, dear. I'm no longer a tourist in my own house. Oh, dear. So we're just giving these cards a bit of a shake-up for the weekly reading for the collective. which will be going from the 20th through to the 21st, which is Anzac Day. Ooh. It's got some interesting energies to it, doesn't it? Good old Anzac Day. I just realised this is sitting too close. There we go. Yeah, we'll talk more about Anzac Day next week, I think. So, yes. How are you all? How are you? How are you? How are you? We have some beautiful donations coming in. Hi, Edwina. Hello, darling. Whee! Thank you guys for, just bearing with me. Hi, Tamara. Yeah, I didn't get back in home until, I think it was about 9:30, nearly 10 o'clock last night. So definitely couldn't have done the show yesterday. I still say Melbourne Airport sucks. Don't like Melbourne Airport. The very first time I tried it, I didn't enjoy it. I've been through Melbourne Airport probably, I think this was my 4th time. Yep, still don't like it. It didn't help when they go and, I was there for a 4-hour layover, and then in the last hour or so before we boarded, they moved the gate 3 times on me. I'm like, and I just have to keep saying to myself, it's okay. I'm just getting my steps up for today. I'm just getting my steps up. It's fine. It's good. Oh, dear. Rick saying happy Easter to everybody. If you celebrate Easter, yes, of course, happy Easter. If that's something that you celebrate. For some people, it's just an excuse to have chocolate. Oh, wrong one. There we go. No. Oh, okay, Amanda. Thank you for reminding me. I completely forgot. 2 seconds. I'll go grab it. Here we go. So when I go on holidays, I generally try to get myself a new pair of earrings, because I tend to wear earrings, and I can get away with wearing earrings in some of my work. Other parts of my work, I never would. I'll go no earrings for some things. Like if I'm doing something like a meth lab or a real bad hoard squalor type job, I'll go no earrings, or studs or something like that if I wear any earrings at all. And that's because I'm having to put masks on and I'm having to wear full PPE and stuff like that, and earrings can get caught. So I don't tend to wear earrings on those sorts of things. But this time around, I didn't end up getting earrings. I got something that was a little bit more relevant and memorable. So we did go into the gift shop, and I'm just seeing a whole bunch more in this than I thought that I could see before. So what I got is a coaster. And in this really cool coaster, let's see if I can get a good angle. Here we go. There's lots of stuff in here. So we've got over here. We've got Catajuda in the background. There's actually, if I can bring it up a little bit closer, there's actually a snake down here, which I've just seen. There's these little trees here, which Rick talks about in his tours. There's a wedge-tailed eagle over here. There's lots of spinifex and soft grasses and all sorts of things. And the sunsets, of course, probably a sunset, maybe a sunrise, actually. It might be a sunrise on that one. But this is made, it's called Art by Duff. And I don't know the history or the background story of the artist called Duff, but all I can say is it's absolutely gorgeous. Will I use it as a coaster? No. To me, it's a piece of art. And it'll be... So, Rick, can you remind me, what is these trees called again? You said that they're like a feather duster and stuff. So, yeah. Just absolutely stunning. I'll bring that up a bit closer so you guys can see it. Whee! Here we go. I just love that it's got Uluru and Katajuda in there. Just absolutely amazing. Amazing, amazing. The desert oak. Okay. Cool. And what about these ones that look like willows? Is that the same tree or is it a different tree? No, it's a coaster. It's a tile coaster. It's got cork on the back. Anyway, so I did end up writing the name of the artist down here so that in time to come, I will be able to remember who that was by. Because all it had was the price tag on it. And I'm just like, Bloodwood's isn't Bloodwood a eucalypt or no? I don't know. Anyway, so there we go. That was the thing. Hi Tony, happy Easter. Happy Easter to you. So yeah, it was just so super cool. Super duper cool. And we saw lots of those sorts of wispy clouds as well. Even though it's a painting, it truly does. It truly does look very, very much like leaves hanging down. Yes, I did ask about the leaves hanging down. I was also asking about the ones that look like a bottle brush going up too. Yeah, the wedge-tailed eagle, so lucky. We got to see one. I didn't get a very good video of it, but I did share the video I did get of the wedge-tailed eagle that we saw when we were going through Katajuda. It was just so beautiful in the Valley of the Winds. Just amazing. Amazing. I just feel so fortunate that I've seen so much and done, I've got Rick very kindly took me on two of his sunset tours, sunrise tours. Oh my God, I'm doing the same as you. Sunrise tours. Yes, thank you, Tony. And also we did the full walk around the rock. We did that on the Monday. So we did the show on Friday, and then Saturday I got the sunrise tour, and then we went out to a very, very nice dinner and like the fanciest place. And they had just delicious foods and a lot of sort of local inspired ingredients, which was just lovely. I had me a bit of kangaroo. What else are you going to eat out in the bush, out in the middle of the desert? And I don't really remember what we did on Sunday. But on Monday, I think we might have just had a slightly quieter day Sunday. But on Monday, we actually did the full walk around the Uluru, around Uluru. It's interesting, though, because we weren't going particularly slow. We weren't going really fast, but they put an estimated walk time on it of about 3 hours. And we did it just under 3 hours. And we didn't really get to see any of the other little spots or anything like that. But we were working to a time frame because we were on the hop on, hop off bus. And if we didn't catch the one at the 3-hour mark, we would have had to have waited another 2 full hours before they came back. And we're like, I don't know about that. So, yeah. Snake casserole. Oh, dear. So, yeah, Sunday you were on a tour, darling. Yeah, so it was all good. I think that's right. That's why Sunday was a bit of a quieter day. Have I got that right? Friday. You would normally do Saturday, Sunday. Oh, yeah, Monday you were on a tour. So when did we do the walk? Tuesday? No, Sunday. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, then we got Tuesday was Catajuda. Right. I should just go back to my Facebook posts. And I have to say, Catajuda was way more challenging. There was a lot of slopes, a lot of steps. And when I talk slopes, I'm talking slopes like this. And it was challenging, but at the same token, it was way more, the energy of it was a lot more. And I just felt so held in that area. And it's interesting because Catajuda is more of the area is sacred to the men folk. It was the men's area traditionally. But the funny thing about it is I actually felt like it was a lot more feminine in energy to me. And I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's because of how, the boulders are, and they're a lot more curvy and stuff. But it had some very strong, deep feminine energy. And if I relate it to anything, it's actually very similar to the energy of when I go to New Zealand. That very strong, deep, feminine energy. And I was just like, that's really interesting, because you'd think probably that Uluru would be the more feminine, but no, I found that to be more masculine. And I was just like, this is really fascinating. So that was just my perception. Other people might feel differently, and that's cool. But yeah, I felt very, very nourished after walking and doing Catajuda. We did it was supposed to take 4 hours, and we did it in just under 3, 2 hours and 50 minutes. And we weren't going fast. We took time. We had plenty of time to stop and take pictures. And when we got up to the second lookout, we stopped. We had a bite to eat and just sat and really enjoyed the scenery. It was beautiful, absolutely stunningly beautiful. And like every 5 minutes it was changing, and it's like you'd look around and you just go, wow, we're looking at something completely different all over again. And I would have to say the only downside would have been the flies. There were so many flies. So yeah, it was, I would say when I go back, we'll do it again probably, and take our time again. It was just incredible, and I would love to have a little bit more time on both, just to have, maybe a bit more meditation. But I think the meditation stuff will end up happening more so at Catajuda, simply because there's not as many people there. There's still plenty, but not as many. And there was, because it's not very accessible, there is absolutely zero way you would get, a wheelchair up and around there, whereas Uluru is reasonably flat. It's only undulating just a teeny tiny bit if you do the full walk around. But really there's nothing there that would stop anybody, even in a wheelchair. Whereas Katajuda, you got to have your hiking shoes on for that one. So yeah, I feel very, very fortunate. I got to see lots, I got to do lots, I got to relax lots, I got to be just wonderfully held in all sorts of shapes and ways, and I just feel very grateful, very, very grateful. So I'm feeling glowy inside and out, and today I've had a very, very chilled, relaxing day because I made sure I unpacked everything last night when I got home, so I could just literally roll out of bed whenever this morning and just enjoy my day and get ready for you guys. Amanda said, when I was a kid, I had a t-shirt that said, "I'm from Alice Springs," written out in hundreds of flies. Yes. The fly nets. Oh my God, what a godsend. And even the lady who sold me at the art gallery, she said, "Oh no, us locals don't have that sort of thing. I guess we just get used to it." And I'm like, that's because you're sitting in an air-conditioned art gallery. They do tend to stay away from areas like that, funnily enough. I don't know if it's just because it's too cold or what, but yeah. Even when Rick and I were just sitting out on the porch, it was like the flies just stayed away. But as soon as we went out beyond that and went for a walk up to the dunes or whatever, flies. So in quite a few of the photos, it's like, spot the fly. But yes. And yes, it was very hard to keep track of what day was what, and the 10 days was over way too soon, wasn't it, Rick? And I'm looking forward to when I get to go back up again. Anyway, back to, so that's the Uluru trip. That's for this week. I feel loved and happy. And for those who haven't caught the news, Rick, who's in the chat now, and I have partnered up as a little intimate couple. And yeah. Anyway, so he's very much a gentleman, and I feel very honoured to have him in my life. And he's nourishing and nurturing, and he truly is that masculine man, gentle but strong, divine masculine man that so many of us women are looking for and asking for. And I would honestly say, if that's the type of person that you are after, the best way to go about getting them, do the work on yourself first. I realized time after time after time while I was up there that I couldn't have welcomed Rick into my life if I hadn't done the work that I've done, especially over the last 5 years. It's been incredibly deep, heartbreaking work at times. Heartbreaking because I had to let go of the things in my life that I had used as protection. Elements of control and just trying to get things my own way and not being soft and not receiving. And, there's so many things that I have worked through over the last 5 years. It would take me a 5-hour conversation to be able to talk about them all. But if you're really wishing to have a divine masculine man show up in your world, first of all, you have to do this work here and heal your inner trauma and childhood traumas, relationship traumas, ancestral trauma. You have to do the work, and then you can be fresh enough to be able to go, okay, I'm ready now. And the interesting thing is, at the start of February, so not too many people know this. The start of February, I just moved into here, and I was lying in my bed, and I looked up and I called in my dad and my granddad, who are both in spirit realm. And I said to them, right, quite clearly, I'm shit at choosing relationships. So this next one, that's on you guys. I am refusing to try and find anybody for myself. That's it. I'm fucking done. It's your guys' job now. Go find him. And that's what they did. So it's quite often I see them out of the corner of my eyes, standing back like this, going, yeah, you did that. And I'm just like, oh, you too. Because, of course, it's my mum's dad and my father. So it's like they're not even related to each other except through me. But they've got my back. And they brought someone into my life that is going to be able to work with me instead of against me and help me to grow, and enjoys growing themselves in a spiritual sense, and knows that there's more to learn out there, knows that there's more to shift and change about themselves, and knows that there is always work to do. It's like, just because you've done 5, 8, 10, 12, 20 years worth of work, there's always new stuff to come up, or the new depths and layers to talk about and to uncover, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. I love it, Amanda. She said, haha, those are my exact words that I said to myself, I'm fucking done. And then I met Matt. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yep. Yeah. And that was the beautiful thing too, is like the other thing I said to my dad and my granddad was, you guys have to make it so fucking clear and bright and shiny that I can't miss it. And they sure did that. So there's more to the story, but not right today. I have people wishing to have readings done. And we are going to get into our weekly reading for the collective. So let's have a look. We've got no funky moon stuff happening. Today we have moved into the sign of Taurus for our sun signs. So my lovely birthday month is gone. Oh, sad face. But everything is direct. We've got no funky dunky moons. We're good to go. All right. So first card for the collective for this week, from the 20th through to the 25th, is Peach, which is take a breath of life. It's like, yay, we can finally inhale. Oh, yay, deeply. Inhale deeply. And I get the sense that everybody's just going, oh boy, between the eclipses and the retrogrades and the Venus and the, oh my lordy, she's been a bit of a rough couple of months to start to the year. But we're good to go for this next week. Everything's sort of calming a little bit. So having a bit of a breath. Don't be surprised if you find yourself just pausing and going, wow, Isn't the sky beautiful? Isn't the gardens beautiful? Isn't it, you know, and things just not bothering you as much this week? We've got green as our next card, which is revitalize your nervous system. So over the last few weeks, and months, you may have found yourself feeling a bit frazzled, which is totally understandable. So this week is all about just rebalancing, getting to a point with your nervous system so that it's like knows that it can relax a little bit or a lot of it, and just chill out, just chill, just chill. Okay, so we're taking a breath, we're regrounding, we're like enjoying what is around us and taking comfort and nurturing from those beautiful moments from Mother Nature, from lovely things that people have done. Like I went and checked my PO box today, and there was a card from work with the people from the office had signed in it to say happy birthday. And I'm pretty sure it would have arrived maybe by my birthday, but of course I wasn't here. So I've received it afterwards, and it was just so lovely. So nice. Like, it's one of the reasons why I really love working for a family-owned business. It's these little thoughtful gestures that come through. So take those moments to be really super grateful for the things that do come through for you. Okay. I love that, Tony, that you do that a lot, and that you love looking at the garden and the birds. You get to know the birds' routine. I know. Around here, there's the magpies that come in just at dusk. And I'm like, oh, it's dusk. So even if I'm inside and I'm not even looking out the windows or anything, because where my lounge room is, there's not any windows to the outside in that little space, but I hear the magpies come through and I'm like, oh, it's dusk time, because it's just so pretty to hear them. So I love that you get to know the birds' routines as well. Enjoy clear hearing. We've got move. So that to me says that your spirit team, your guides, your whatever you wish to call them, they are talking to you. They're going to have the space clear enough energetically to be able to give you some more messages this week. So enjoy that. Enjoy being able to connect with them a little bit more deeply this week. Take some specific time, even if it's just in the shower, unless that creeps you out. Let's face it, they've seen us do everything. But sometimes it's really lovely to connect with your spirit teams when you're in the shower or the bath or something like that, because you're near water. Well, water is flowing over your body, and that's a beautiful conduit for the spirit world to be able to connect with you. So don't be surprised if when you're holding a drink of water and you just take a moment and do like a meditation looking at your water, and just ask some questions of your team and see what answers they will give you. Okay. So yeah, Melinda apparently takes note of the birds as well, which is pretty cool. And Rex is trying to note the seasonal behavior. Yeah, because you got some interesting stuff happening up your way at the moment with the birds and things. So yeah. Very dear. And we've got Cherry as our last card. Live an extraordinary life. So when I see this card popping up, it's about taking note of all the little things. To live an extraordinary life, it's about having that positive attitude. It's about having gratitude in your world. It's about seeing the magic everywhere. It's about one of the best ways I think that we can really bring that into our world is when you ponder, what would you like to be remembered for? It's a little bit morbid, I know, but when you think about that point where you're no longer here, what would you like to be remembered for? If you've had an extraordinary life, what would that look like? And if you've not achieved that yet, that's okay. You've still got time. You're still alive, right? And when I look at where I'm at right now, I go, you know what? My life is pretty freaking extraordinary. Even right at this very moment, I get to connect with people all around the world on a weekly basis where we get to interact together in real time. To me, that's extraordinary. I get to now have a beautiful, loving, divine masculine man in my world. Like, that's pretty fucking extraordinary. I've had the privilege of traveling some. Obviously I've traveled to Australia and now I've seen the Northern Territory, and there's only Tasmania is the only part I haven't been to yet. So go me. And there's so much more traveling I wish to do. But at this moment, I've been around seen, at least touched into most of Australia. I have traveled to the States. I've been on the West Coast and the East Coast of the States, and I've traveled to Hawaii, Maui. I've done the majority of New Zealand, like of the North Island, and a smudgeon of the South Island on the East Coast. And I've been to Bali. Like, how cool is that? Like, I feel like already I am living an extraordinary life. Even though sometimes I kind of go, gotta go to work, gotta go do the thing, But the fact that I've gotten to explore my healing capacities and my psychic abilities and all of that, that's fucking extraordinary too. So I would love for you guys to put into the chat now what things already make it so that you are already living your extraordinary life. What things are creating that beautiful story, that end of life story where it's like, you know what? They did so many extraordinary things. I'd love to know what your guys' answers would be. And there is so much history in the things that we have done. I look at my work, and my resume is so freaking long now that I drop stuff off. Like, there's no point in having all of that stuff on there. But I feel so grateful to have had that much experience sitting behind me as well. It's extraordinary how many different industries I've been in over the years. I don't feel old enough to have had that many industries, to be honest. And yet I have. So it's really so cool. Just catching up on some of your guys' chat stuff before I do. So this week to come, relax, breathe deeply, enjoy the little things around you, connecting in with your team, and continue to grow and expand on your extraordinary life. And where is our yummy cards? Oh, jeepers. The yummy cards are still being recharged. So, yes. So let me now catch up on the chat. So I hope everybody has a really yummy, amazing week to come. Tamara says, we have kookaburras first thing in the morning. Joyful sound to wake up to. Oh, you must be in Queensland, I think. I think that's where I've heard the kookaburras is in Queensland. They do love to be quite rowdy. Much better than the cockatoos. They're a bit rough. Tony says, I've been talking to my spirit team more lately, especially in the shower. The water you're drinking is a good idea too. Cool. Yes, Tony. She said it's interesting about, asking about the most extraordinary life and how you'd like to be remembered. She's asked herself that question only because of the last year's experience. Yes, exactly. Rex says his is about more, loving myself so that I can love everyone. Tamara says, I too get to connect with others all over the world and make a difference in their lives. I love that for you, hon. I absolutely love that. Melinda has also had to trim her resume. Oh, dear. Amanda says, well, mine is what I'm living now, the courage to give it all up and go for it, and also how amazing my 3 children are, how I helped shape them into the marvelous adults and my heart. Yes. I love that. Oh, Amanda, you just gave me goosebumps. Tony says, being who I am and helping people, because so many people have already said that to me when I nearly died last year. So that would be my legacy. And the fact that my experience and learning has helped them too. Yeah, definitely. Tony, you do have a super big heart, and the world is a more beautiful place with you in it. Definitely. So oh, you guys. Oh, I feel so lucky to have you all. Alrighty, so into our donated readings. Tamara, my sweet, if you would like to put your question in the chat, please, darling, that would be amazing. And while you do that, I'm actually going to go and get my yummy cards, which have been recharging for the last 10 days or so, 2 weeks. And I'm just going to give you guys a bit of this. Yay! I just had to dodge a huntsman. Only a small one, only about that big, maybe that big. But yeah, I'll deal with that later. Oh dear. Tamara says, I just wish to be able to leave a little light in the lives of everyone I meet. Yeah, I feel that. Definitely. Oh, Tony. Good happy tears. I love it. Melinda says, I've had a kookaburra near my place as well. I was quite surprised. And a male koala. We have a number of gum trees that they like to eat. The noise the males make at night is terrifying. Thought the boogie monster was trying to get me. Yeah, no, that's not great. That's not so lovely. Oh, Rick, I will put it outside. That is fine. Huntsman's I don't mind so much, but yeah. It's still only a little one. But yes, it's in my healing room, and I don't really wish it to be in my healing room. So yes. Alrighty, Miss Tamara. Ooh. Where are you gonna go? Ooh, I'm gonna get one of those. Okay. Look, the huntsmans are fine. It's just they give you a fright more than anything else. Because you don't expect them to be where you see them. Like the funniest one I ever had was it was when I was with my partner at the time. He has an outdoor toilet, and I'd shut the toilet door, and there was this big huntsman, like an adult huntsman about this big. And it was just on the back of the door, and I was because I just shut the door, and I went, I think I'd been here maybe a couple of years at that stage, maybe 3 years max. And I was just like, went back inside. I didn't pee. I said, you need to go deal with that huntsman. There's the big spider. You have to go deal with that. Then I can pee. Which he found completely hilarious, of course, because any Australian will tell you huntsmans are no problem. But yes, they just give you a fright because they're big, and they're there where you're not expecting them to be. But I have certainly come home to quite a few spiders inside, so I'm just like, oh god, another one. Tell me, Rick, why shouldn't I exterminate the huntsman? I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on that one. Oh. Tamara, I'm sensing that you're getting a lot of healing done right now. And healing of your feminine side, which is really beautiful. I get that it's probably a little bit uncomfortable for you right now. A little bit like what I was talking about earlier in the show of having to release a lot of those old points of views and belief systems that have, quote unquote, kept you safe. There's a page that I was invited to join a while ago, not a group, but a page. I think it's called Secure Attachment. And it's a beautiful inspirational spot for keeping you aware of, I don't want to say, of where we have created behaviors from a hurt heart space. A lot of the coping mechanisms that we have come from our hearts being hurt, and whether it be from a parental point of view or a partnership or a friendship or whatever it is. And the more that you as you know, the more that you dig into this sort of stuff and be aware of it as it bubbles up, realizing that even if a specific person has activated that in you, it's more likely to do with not even them. It's probably something to do with you from the past, which has come up to be looked at and healed. And if you're fortunate enough to be surrounded by people who can hold space for that processing, beautiful. Please use that resource. If it's just a case of you using what various tools you have, maybe it is intuitive journaling or doing a healing swap with someone or talking with your team or dropping it down into the earth or whatever it is. I'm just getting that there's a lot of feminine healing stuff that is happening right now for you. And yeah, okay, you've been sick the last couple of days, all throat and chesty clearing out. Yeah. That's what lovely Joe Dispenza calls a bio upgrade. They quite often look like sort of cold flu type symptoms. It's like just bringing it up, letting it go. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all, because this is like full on healing and where it's sitting in my mind. So let me have a look and see what we've got. Okay. All of the above. I have become aware of different circumstances I've attracted into my life over and over to continuously confirm these limiting beliefs, reframing to create new beliefs. Well done. Well done. So the first card that we've got here, interestingly, I think is going to give you a little bit more insight into what has been happening and maybe something for you to dive into a little bit further. So the cards that I'm using at the moment are the Mystical Healing cards from Inner Skull, these ones. Okay. And the first card that we've got for you, darling, is to stop breaking agreements and allow others to develop trust in you. And I also get this is about you trusting you as well. It's a very fascinating card for you. Oh, I can't get it in a spot without the light shining weirdly on it. It is a quite sort of dark card. This one. So how often do you say that you're going to do something to a colleague, a friend, a family member, or yourself, especially yourself, and then do nothing? Could be as simple as saying that you're going to meet someone at 2 p.m. and showing up late without calling, texting, or taking responsibility. Every agreement you break attaches like an energetic link to all the other agreements that you have broken in your life and all the other people who also don't care about breaking agreements. This massive chain weighs you down and sucks the life force out of you, whilst hooking you into the vibration of failure. Keeping your agreements helps others to trust you and feel safe around you, and offers new opportunities. It's also a sign of great respect for yourself and others. Successful people don't break agreements, and if they do, they recognize this straight away, take responsibility, and make amends for the broken agreement by doing something extra. So, interesting. So definitely it is I get that this is, you're probably not so much like this with other people, but I get that this might be part of what you do for yourself, and the word procrastination comes up. So that's what I'm hearing is the word procrastination. Procrastination for you is showing up in this form of breaking agreements. It's like, oh, I'm going to do XYZ today or tomorrow or whatever. And then it's like stuff comes up or you just don't feel like it or whatever. And it's like next thing you know, it's not happening. And you get to the next day and you go, oh, oops, got to do that. So I get that this is more to do with you developing the trust in yourself to hold the agreements that you are putting down for yourself. And what is also coming up when I look at that is look back in your life and have a look and see, where is it the first time that you ever broke an agreement with yourself? Have a look at that and do some work around that. I know you've got the tools. I don't have to go into that. And if you did, then we'd have to do a proper session together. But that's the direction I would suggest you go in. Okay. Once you're starting to do that, this next one will be so much easier for you. Creating boundaries. Okay. See, ADHD, I get it. And when you know that you have something like ADHD or autism or whatever, you can put strategies in place to work with that. So you can have reminders, you can put post-it notes up, there's loads of different ways, technology and physical form, that you can you can support yourself to keeping yourself on track. With my previous living situation, undiagnosed AUDHD. So I saw this beautiful image today and I was just like, that is so freaking perfect. And it was talking about, with the autistic side, the requirement to have everything in an ordered fashion and have everything in its place, and, you know, having space to breathe with having everything clean and tidy and organized. But then there's the ADHD side, where everything is just hectic and chaotic, and if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. So you've got to have it inside, which means that everything is inside. So when you've got the AUDHD in play, it's just such a fucking battle. And because you don't know whether to put things away or not put things away, and so you get all confused within yourself. So this is part of why when I do organizing for people, I do not like putting things in closed containers. And by closed containers, I mean tins, things you can't see through, boxes you can't see through. So cardboard boxes, mesh boxes, anything that is solid, like, what do they call it, opaque. Fucking hate it. Do not do it. Put things in clear containers with labels on them. That way, even an ADHDer can have things in sight, but also away. It makes massive, massive difference to being able to keep things clean and tidy. And it's yeah. So you function better in a clean environment, but if I put stuff away, it ceases to exist for me. Exactly. Except for obvious stuff like linen, towels and linen. It's like, well, I know where that cupboard is. Yeah. So that's what I would suggest. Get used to using clear containers with labels, and you'll find things a lot easier to manage. Creating boundaries. So obviously, once you stop breaking your agreements, especially with yourself, creating boundaries will be a hell of a lot easier, because quite often what happens, especially if we are people-pleaser-y people, our boundaries are non-existent or very, very limited. But if you start holding yourself to account, then boundary creating is a lot easier. And again, have a look back, see, when was it that your boundaries were first I'm getting disseminated. Interesting. Interesting word to pop in there, team. Thank you very much. But yes, have a look at when they were first broken apart. Look at that. See who were the players with that. Do the work of forgiving them. Do some ho'oponopono. Whatever you've got to do. Do some cord cutting and root removal work or whatever you have to do. But that will make setting boundaries for yourself, because then you'll start valuing yourself. You'll start honoring yourself more. And then obviously you'll be bringing in naturally the feeling of unconditional love. And then everything else will start flowing in a lot more forward direction for you and make things a lot easier. As you go do this work, you're going to come up with this stuff. Anger. So quite often when we are in those spaces of doing this healing work, we come across a lot of hidden anger. It may be smoothed over with sadness. It may be smoothed over with disappointment. It may be smoothed over with like separation. But underneath all of those layers will be anger. And this is one of those very, very potent energies. It can make you move forward, or it can break you down from the inside out. And once you get down to that core of anger, that little bloop of anger that has created those behaviors, those coping mechanisms, and you kind of go, oh, wow, I can see why I was so angry. Then you can start going, and you can love yourself even though you were angry. And you can love yourself even though you created, that's one of those tapping, the EFT techniques. I love myself even though I was so very angry. I love myself even though I created so many coping mechanisms to try and keep me safe from that anger. So transform that anger in whatever technique you wish to use, whether it be guttural screaming, whether it be punching a pillow, whether it be just sitting with it and doing some kind of art therapy, whether it be doing healing on yourself, whatever you require to do, transform that anger. And again, the setting, creating the boundaries will become a lot easier for you too, because you'll no longer be tripping yourself over from the inside out. The next card that we've got for you is to practice positivity. So even in our darkest moments, I'm going to pull a Pollyanna on you. You can still find those bright, shiny moments. It's like, okay, so I'm not feeling well. I feel like I'm coughing up a lung. My throat's ripped up. All those sorts of things. Like, what am I grateful for this? What is it in this moment that I can find that I am grateful for? And I'm sure you'll be able to find some things. So, like when I got radiation poisoning after being in Canberra, that was literally what happened. I had coughed so much, I ripped up my throat and I was, spitting out blood. It got to a point where it was becoming difficult for me to breathe, and I lost my voice. I could only text people. And in that moment, I was like, the only thing I feel grateful for is the fact that I was able to text someone and they brought me some medicine. So, just be aware that even in your darkest moments, there are some beautiful things that you can find to be grateful for. Practice your positivity. Do the gratitude journal. do the magic practice, if you know the magic, by Rhonda Byrne. That's the 28-day practice of gratitude. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Interesting. Now, the other card that has popped out for you is from the Mystique of Magdalene. Okay. So, Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary have been my mentors for many years now. They pop in, they pop out. In those moments where I have required the most growth with my feminine side, Mary Magdalene particularly will pop in. I don't know if you've dug much into her actual history, but she is she is the cool. I'm glad she's been with you. So she's, as you know, freaking phenomenal. And she is the best thing to have with you as you're going on a feminine journey. She is magical and mystical and all sorts of wonderful things. I would highly recommend. Interesting. What's coming up, and this is only for people who are ready for it, but it's the Sophia code. It has activations in it. It is, I have listened and read it. I get that I'm due for another round. But there's a lovely section in there on both of the Marys. And you'll get to hear more of her history and some of the beautiful work that she used to do. It explains a hell of a lot more why she's so fucking phenomenal. And I think the other spot that I gained a bit of knowledge about her was through maybe Dolores Cannon's work, perhaps even Jesus and the Essenes, I think, where I got to know more about her. But I'm pretty sure the core of my knowledge actually came from the Sophia code. So, yeah, Kaya Ra, if I remember correctly on that one. But this is the card that we got for you, my dear, which is Stella Maris. Which is trust. Sometimes you have to wait and see where the journey is leading you. It is not the time to push forward, but to flow with the current. Use your powers of observation and reflection. Mary Magdalene is the patron saint of sailors because she and her companions arrived safely in France without oars or sails. The Templar activist Rosalind Chapel, Robert Brydon, took me to a Mary Star of the Sea church near Edinburgh. He showed me evidence that all churches by the name were not dedicated to Mother Mary, but Mary Magdalene. The Mary Star of the Sea churches follow the ancient trade route. This makes perfect sense when you look at a map of them. All placed along the Templar Sea circuit and the ports they would frequent leading up to and beyond the Northern Ireland. There is even a church near Carlingford, Lorg, where the sacred Templar scrolls were buried. My mother line, which is with the surname of Marion, still lives on the coast of southern England. Their coat of arms is a large red, equal-armed, engrailed Templar cross, a symbol of a Grail family. On the coast of Devon and Cornwall, the place names are historical fossils of the past. It starts with the Devon border, which is the River Tamar, which is King David's daughter, and then Roseland Peninsula onto the Marazion, which is the Princess of Zion, and finally to Penzance, meaning Holy Headland, with its main street called Market Jew Street, after Joseph of Arimathea. These names were purposefully placed. It is sometimes difficult to stay in the present, but this is a time to remain patient and calm. Your destination will appear on the horizon with a path to go forward. Okay? So trust. Trust in what you've got to do. Trust in your path moving forward. Trust in being in the present moment. Try not to think too much at the moment. In this, I get this week. Just be present this week, okay? That's what I get about that one. Let me grab your yummy cards. Whoa, they are well and truly yummy-fied again. Love it. Your yummy card is guidance. So keep talking to your team, please. Keep bringing in Mary Magdalene. Keep bringing her in and allow her to help you shift this stuff out of your body. She has, as you know, some incredible healing capacities. And I get that it's time for you to allow yourself to let somebody else help you a little bit, even if it is just in spirit form. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for your super kind donation, Tamara. I'm really, really grateful for you. And I hope that that helps and gives you a little bit of a direction on what's happening and encourages you to keep moving forward like you already are, because you've already done so much work. Remember that. Practice that positivity. Practice that acknowledgement of just how far you've come already. And it's also with the knowing that there is still more to come, because golly gosh, that's what we're doing this lifetime. It's just part and parcel of it, unfortunately. So it's a lot. It's a lot. We've taken on a very big job, and I'm grateful. Once I realized that that's what we were meant to be doing, it's like, oh, okay. Well, in that case, it's like, but otherwise, the image I'm getting, funnily enough, is it's like we walked into this life. We knew exactly what we were here to do. And then because we came in as babies with no ability to take care of ourselves, suddenly it's almost like the whole thing of survival puts like a blindfold on us that we can only just see through. And then we're given the job of renovating a house, but we can't really see what we're doing. And that house in this analogy is, the spiritual health of this planet. So many of you in this grouping that we have here, you're all here to help grow the spiritual health of this planet of ours. And until you're able to thin out that blindfold and get rid of it completely, you're basically wandering around, bumping into walls, creating holes and things, and kind of going, oh, hang on a minute, this feels like a bit of rubbish. I don't know, do I hold on to it or do I let it go? I don't know. What if it's valuable? And that's what our belief systems are. They're rubbish a lot of the time. Do we hold on to them or do we let them go? And it's until you can really take that blindfold off and allow yourself to see exactly what you're holding, and you're just holding a pile of rubble that really, it was useful once upon a time because it was part of a wall, but now it's not. You can let it go. But sometimes it's difficult to take that blindfold off because your hands are already full. So that's where sometimes we need somebody else to come in and help us with that, either by taking some of that load or helping us to remove that blindfold. So thank you. Thank you for being here, all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to assist the world in your own beautiful ways to grow, shift, change, expand, become lighter, to get rid of a lot of that old shitty stuff that is no longer required or valuable in this world. I'm incredibly honored and privileged to have that and be a part of that with you all. That makes for us having an extraordinary life together. I'm grateful for that. Righty ho. Now, Miss Christine, she has apparently gone to work, but and I'm trying to get better with that. I don't like using the word but, because as you all know, when you say but, it negates everything that you just said. So she has given 3 questions and 3 little redonations. So let's see which. Okay, cool. Put this up here. Now I remembered to put them in the starred section today. All right, let's do the first one. Alrighty, please do your yes. Cool. Please show me no. Cool. Thank you. So what is it that she's asking for? Is the document of that my mum in the blue carpeting or the orange yellow carpet room? Okay. So truth, is the document that Christine is looking for if her mother's in the blue room? Or truth, is the document that Christine is looking for in the orange yellow carpeted room? Okay. So the answer to that one is apparently it's in the blue room, the blue carpeted room. Yep. See, as soon as I said the blue carpeted room, it's gone back to yes. Awesome. Next question. Okay. Taken reading his paper. What shall I do as to know I have found out as to what the lawyer informed me? Oh, lordy lord. Sorry, guys. See if I can get a bit more information. Because that one is a bit confusing. Okay. Okay. All right. So, truth, is there anything, sorry. Truth, is there anything else that Christine can do in regards to the information that the lawyer has told her about? Nope. Truth, will it create more if Christine continues to fight to do with the stuff with the lawyers? Nope. Truth, is this hurting her loved one more by fighting and arguing about this stuff? Yeah. It's not a huge yes, but it is a yes. It's harming the relationship. Okay. Right, third question. And we're going to change it up, apparently. Yep. Okay. So we're going to jump over to the green adventuring. So show me truth, show me your yes. Thank you. Truth, show me your no. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so truth, what will it create if Christine goes with exterior specialties Quincy, Florida, I guess, for the roofing? Okay, that's undecided. Truth, what will it create if she goes with the HOA choice as to the roofing quote? Okay, that's definitely a yes. Truth, will the HOA choice get the job done correctly? Okay. Truth, will the Quincy, the exterior specialties Quincy, get it done correctly? Get the roof fixed correctly? Yes. Okay. So what I'm getting out of that, Christine, is that the HOA choice will be easier, as in it won't be so troublesome. You won't have to argue so much. But from what the reading was giving is that their particular roofer will not do as good a job as what the exterior specialties Quincy will do. Okay. So you might end up with a little bit of an argument on your hands by trying to do someone different from what they want. But if you want the quality, then stick to your guns, basically. All right. I hope that helps, Christine, and I'm sure you'll be able to catch back up with all of that information once you come back from work. So thank you very much for your very kind donations. I appreciate it very, very much. You're keeping my skills nice and sharp with the pendulum, and I appreciate that. And funnily enough, I was actually shown some work. What's it? Somebody using their divining rods. And oh, you're still there. Good. The divining rods, and I was like so fascinated, and I realized, oh, I wonder if that's how you guys feel while watching me do the pendulum work too. So that's all fun. All right, seeing as we didn't get to do poems last week, we're going to do them today. So I am going to encourage you to do the expanding out tool with me first. So let's just close our eyes, take a big deep breath in. And breathing out. And as you breathe in, allowing your body to relax. And breathing out, relaxing those shoulders even more. This time as you breathe in, bringing Mother Earth energy all the way up through your body. And breathing out, bringing Father Sky energy all the way down. Bringing Mother Earth in the unconditional love all the way up. Bringing Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. Expanding out your awareness out beyond the size of your body in a big bubble up into the sky and down into the earth. Expanding out your awareness beyond the size of the country that you're on. Expanding out your awareness out beyond the size of the planet. Expanding out your awareness out beyond the size of the solar system. Expanding out your awareness out beyond the size of the galaxies. And now out beyond the size of the universes. Beautiful. And now grabbing your sense of allowance, focusing on your body once more. Grab your sense of allowance and expand that out. In a big bubble, up into the sky and down into the earth, expanding out your allowance beyond the size of the country, out beyond the size of the planet, expanding out your allowance beyond the size of the solar system, beyond the galaxies, beyond the universes, and now beyond your awareness. Taking a lovely big deep breath in and out. And now truth, what number between and including 1 and 88 will contribute the most to you over this next week? Please put that in the chat now. And while you are pondering that and popping that into the chat, I'm going to, for once, tell you guys what number popped into my head. Now that you guys know about Rick, I can tell you. So, I got number 56. It is you are. You are the love of my life and my rock. You are the one who makes me laugh, even when I'm crying. You are the one that I trust when everyone else is against me. You are my heart. You are my companion. You are my soul. And I love you. No explanation needed. Yeah, it's one of my favorite tools, Tony. Absolute favorite. Okie dokie, Amanda. I look forward to seeing what 15 is. Oops, sorry. Tony first. 32 for Tony. Okie dokie. So, for you is what you have. The sun will shine again, and you will laugh again. I know it's hard and that the world seems to be against you. I am your friend, and I will stand by you, listen to you, offer you advice, and love you. We are so very far apart, but I am thinking of you and all of the good times. So keep smiling even when things are sad. Gather your friends around you. If they won't think to hug you, hug them. Just remember, I'm only a phone call away. You are my dearest friend and my most understanding one, and I return that for you and more. Please remember to use my shoulder if ever you need. Tony, this is very, very much in line with, I know things are tough sometimes, and your health is not always the best. It's challenging for you, I know that. But you do have some beautiful friends around you, and you do have that lovely support network. Please use them. Not use, but make use of them. Okay? And don't be afraid to ask. All right? And I know that we're coming into winter, and that's always a lot more challenging time for a lot of people. You feel kind of humdrum about stuff. But yeah, I bet you Rick's gone to sleep. So yes, please know that your friends are there. It's just you have to open your waha. For those of you in Australia, waha is mouth in Māori. So you have to open your waha, okay? And allow them to know what is going on for you. All right? Even if you just give somebody a call to say, I could really do use a hug right now. Do you have some time to pop in? It would make a big difference. Because a lot of times people don't know what to do. People don't know that it's just something as simple as a hug. Okay? And yeah, and I get that. I get what you're saying, that they're busy a lot more than you are, and all of that. Like, I have that same problem, believe it or not. Most of my friends have got families, kids and stuff, and I don't. I'm a lot more free as a bird, as they say, and I'm very aware that at any point in time, if I was to actually call them and say, hey, I'm really struggling right now, they would make space, because they value you and they value your friendship. Okay? Thank you for coming to play and enjoying the space with me. Melinda, 43 for you. Paths and fate. After all these years, could it be so? Could I still be in love? The ache in my heart says yes. The voices around me say it would be a mistake. But then I've always made my own way. I've loved another so completely, but still, I love you. We have both grown in our feelings, minds, and wisdom, and once again our paths have crossed. This time, I think, we need to do something to put my heart at ease. Fate is trying its hardest to push us together, and sometimes it's best to flow freely with fate. I have come to a place of peace in my life, of understanding and of patience. I feel that you have too, and this may be a sign that at last we are ready for each other, and that this world and the people in it are ready for us. Now, interesting, Melinda, the back of my head is like, as I'm reading this for you. And I get the sense, darling, that there's some interesting belief work that you're requiring to do around relationship stuff. And that for you to bring in wind, rain, weirdness happening with the sky. For you to bring in, what I'm hearing is your lost love. There's going to be some belief work that you're going to have to do. Some things that you've taken on from parental sides of things that is preventing you from being able to welcome them in. Now, this lost love, truth is that it's not even this lifetime. This is a lost love from another lifetime who's coming in for you. But there's some interesting little blocks that are in the way of you being able to, for them to find you with ease. So keep working on that stuff. There's some interesting old stuff from parental things that are going on there that have to be looked at and healed. Forgiven is actually what I hear, more so than healed, but it's just in the forgiveness is the healing. So yeah, interesting. When this person pops into your life, when they do come in, you're fucking gonna know it. There's not gonna be any question in your world. It'll be just like, it might take a moment for you to really comprehend what has happened, but it's just like, it's that weird thing of when you know, and it won't be hard, it won't be forced, it won't trigger any of that people-pleasing side of you, it won't trigger any anxiousness, it won't trigger any of that. It'll just be like, if anything, it'll be nervousness because it's so easy. Speaking from experience in the last couple of months. So yeah, definitely. There's just a couple of little things sitting there from the parental side that is, just ask your team what that is. Okay. Mwah. I love you, Melinda. Keep up the good work. Paul, hi. How are you? Happy Easter to you. You're in Pennsylvania doing Easter, and today, Hershey Park, as in the chocolate factory. That sounds amazing. I think I'd like to go to Hershey Park. I don't mind Hershey's chocolate. I can honestly say I did not enjoy the chocolate that I got on the Qantas flight on my way back from Melbourne to Adelaide last night. It was awful. It was cute. It was in a little koala shape. Very cute. Terrible to taste, though. I think it probably had like palm oil or something like that in it, but it was bloody awful. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff there. Interesting. What is the biggest size of Hershey's Kiss that there is? Tell us size-wise. I'd like to know. What is the biggest one? Because, of course, Hershey's, obviously, they have the bars. That's just boring. But, yes, I wonder if they have a big, huge Hershey's Kiss. That would be pretty amazing to see. All righty, Miss Amanda. 15. I'm curious now. I want to know what 15 is. Well, now, Paul, you're just going to have to go find out. Google it. That's the best way to find out, isn't it? If you're not going to go there yourself. All right. All right, Amanda. The funny thing is as I quickly skimmed over this one, because I do remember what this one was about, it helps with the big blurb at the bottom. Where are you at? This might be a bit personal, but where are you at with menopause, perimenopause, that side of your feminine journey? Because I can't remember. I think you're slightly older than me, but yeah. If you have that in the context of what I'm about to say, you'll understand why this one's come up. Crazy. I'm going crazy with longing for you. It's getting to a point where I can't tell whether it's anger or love. I hate it when I hear that you've been alone with one of our friends. I know there's nothing going on, but it hurts so much. I'm afraid of how I'm reacting to your actions, and that you'll think that I'm a crazy lady, that you'll begin to hate me because I'm reacting so badly. I need time to get over you, time to heal, time to forget, time to accept you as a friend and not something to get jealous over. I am like a kid with a toy. I don't want to share you with anyone. Everything is strange. Why am I thinking this way? It's crazy thoughts, just crazy. Interesting. So you've been full menopause for 3 years, you lucky bitch. Just saying. And I wonder, do you still get hormone fluctuations a little bit, where it sort of might sort of mess with the way that you approach your beautiful Matt sometimes? And where he's just kind of like looking at you going, so obviously your guys' living situation is a little bit unique. And yeah, I would just say that this is like a little funny moment from this morning. This is just a little funny nudge from your team going, it's okay. It's okay that it's still making you go a little bit cuckoo sometimes. And treat it with humor. And just love yourself anyway. You're not a crazy lady. It's just those hormone fluctuations still happen. And believe it or not, the boys and the men in our lives also go through hormone fluctuations. It's just that theirs is on a slightly longer scale than ours. Like, I think theirs is, while ours goes through like weekly changes, fluctuations, theirs is more monthly. So they actually have a true period. They have a man period. And it's so funny because it's like, when you see it, you go, oh, okay. So just be humorous, be gentle and kind on yourselves, because yeah. Ooh, ham, yum. Now, yeah, no, you don't want 87, love. There's a reason why you don't want 87. Not necessary. Except it is about freedom and finding the freedom away from confined situations. So apart from that, yeah, I can see where you're sort of leaning towards 87, but at the same time, it's not. That was it's irrelevant for you today. All right, Paul. Paul is over on YouTube land, so if you guys are wondering why you can't see his comments, he is having ham. His youngest is cooking for the first time. Oh gosh, Kelly, for the family, I hope it is good, and I hope I don't get sick. Well, if it's ham, it's already cooked. It's it'll just be doing extra cooking on top. So a baked ham, but you can actually take a ham straight out of the thing and just slice it up cold. It doesn't have to be baked again, so you won't get sick. You'll be fine. It's just that they're adding extra flavors. I do like a good baked ham. I like it when it's like got that nice stickiness on it. It's just lovely. I've not really heard of ham for Easter though. Interesting. Who knew? Alrighty, my lovelies. It is time to do meditation. Let's get rid of that. So I hope you all have an absolutely beautiful Easter. I'll get all of that out of the way first. Many of us have public holidays and things like that happening. I'm grateful because I managed to time my holiday in with Easter this year. So it means that I've had a few extra days. I have, funnily enough, had ham today, ham and cheese for lunch. So, oh, that's a lovely invite. Thank you, Paul. Who knows? One day maybe I'll make it back to the States again, but I think my next overseas travel will be to Canada. That's where I really wish to go. So Canada will be next on the list, but Uluru first. So yes. Let us do some meditation now. So we're all nice and expanded out with our awareness out beyond the universes, and our allowance is out beyond our awareness. We've had a lot of messaging today around healing and belief systems and stuff like that today. So I think today where I'd like to take you all is we're going to go up to Theta and we're going to do some group work up there. So if you'd like to join us up in Theta to do some healing around in a guided meditation around your belief systems, perhaps that are holding you back, whether it be in career, your love life, life in general, just say yes out loud. Thank you. And now imagine that there is a bright, opalescent white light shining into your heart, moving down through your body, down through your legs, down through your feet, down to the center of Mother Earth. It curls around the center of Mother Earth and then moves all the way back up through all the crystalline layers. Grabbing any other energies, crystalline energies that are required for your session, for this meditation, all the way up through your feet, through your legs, through your pelvis, through your belly, through your torso, all the way up through to the crown of your head and then up the crown, creating a big bubble above your crown. Now imagine that you're inside that bubble, and that bubble is now floating up higher and higher through the golden light and the dark light. and through the rainbow jelly-like clouds and the pink misty clouds, through a big, big opening, you see that bright white opalescent light is shining through. Move through that opening until you're completely surrounded by the bright white opalescent light. Take a big deep breath in. And as you breathe out, the bubble around you will dissolve. Take another big deep breath in, bring the unconditional love, which is now all around you, in through every cell and molecule of your body. Breathing out slow and long. And that every breath you take, you'll be breathing in unconditional love, which is then supporting you in your body and your mind and your being throughout your process tonight. Now I'd like you to choose one area where your beliefs, your points of views are holding you back from living your extraordinary life. That could be with career, at work, could be to do with your intimate relationships, could be to do with family, could be to do with finances, could be to do with your friendships. Wherever it is, it could be even to do with your body health. Whichever one of those things that I just said that had the most energy on it, that might have sort of like crinkled a bit, it might have had a bit of like a spark to it. Whatever it is for you, focus on that area. As you focus on your area of choice, where you're looking at what belief systems and points of views that you have that are holding you back from living your most extraordinary life possible. You don't have to have anything specific coming up. You can just be aware of the energy of those belief systems. Sometimes the belief systems or the points of views are actually originating in another lifetime or dimension that you've pulled through into this one. It may be in another language, and that could be why you don't get any specific words. It's just the energy of that. So as you're tuning in, you might start yawning a bit. Start becoming aware of what parts of your body are being triggered or activated as you tune into your area of choice. You may have a couple of areas that are popping up. You might find it's your chest, your throat, your heart, your ears, the back of your head, your forehead, sides of your head, around your temples. Could be your stomach, your back, your legs, your arms, wherever it is. Just become aware of what parts of your body are being activated right now as you tune into the energy of those belief systems, as you tune into the energy of those points of views that are holding you back from living your most extraordinary life. Are you now ready to let go of the beliefs and the points of views which are holding you back from living your most extraordinary life? If that is a yes, just say yes out loud. Are you ready to feel the freedom of living your most extraordinary life without those belief systems and points of views holding you back? If that's a yes for you, say yes out loud now. Oh yes, 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 yes. Beautiful. Imagine that there is beautiful bright white light swirling around your feet now, coming up through your toes. And as it gently moves up your body, through every cell and molecule of your body, wherever those beliefs and points of views have been stuck and you've stored them, they are now being eliminated and eradicated from your body, sent up to Creator to be never to be seen again by you. Not in this lifetime or any other lifetime, to reach in reality and non-reality, removing them from your ankles, from your shins and your calves, from your knees and your thighs, from your entire pelvic region, including all of your reproductive organs, removing them from your belly, your back, removing all of those belief systems, all those points of views which have held you safe, quote unquote safe, but in reality have held you back. All of the shock, trauma, and the heartache that is associated with those belief systems and the points of views is now being removed from your body, removed from your system, with this beautiful bright white opalescent light being sent up to Creator to be cleansed and cleared and never to return to you again, moving up through your upper belly, through your heart, through your chest, your shoulders, through your clavicle, removing all of the shock, trauma, and heartache, the belief systems, and the points of views from your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your hands, your fingertips. Removing those belief systems and points of views from your throat, as well as all the shock, trauma, and heartache associated with them. Removing them from your throat and your neck, from your jaw, your gums, your teeth, your lips, your tongue, your nose, your eyes, your ears, your forehead, your skull, your brain, your subconscious and conscious mind, all the way through to the crown. Take another nice big deep breath in, remembering that unconditional love is flowing through your body. And breathing out. Beautiful. And now would you like to know what it's like, what it feels like to live your life in confidence in your area of choice? Say yes if that is true for you. Would you also like to know what it feels like to know that you can do whatever it is that you set your mind out to do? And say yes if that is true for you too. And you would like to know what that feels like. Would you like to know what it feels like to feel proud of achieving your goals in whatever area you desire? Yes. And would you also like to know what it feels like to feel loved from within? To feel compassion from within for yourself and for others. And to trust you and your knowing, your intuition. Yes. Beautiful. We'll now ask for Creator to bring all of those downloads through, the feeling downloads through your system, through your bodies. Whatever you have asked for, whatever area you have focused on, will be relevant to that for you. Perceive yourself being incredibly successful in whatever area you were focusing on. See yourself being abundant in whatever area. See the happiness, the joyfulness, the smiles, success, the gentleness and the opening up of your heart. As you feel and perceive every single piece of that download coming through your body, all the way down through your chest, through to your fingertips, through your belly, through your pelvis, all the way down to your toes. Beautiful. Step up into an energy break. Yes, we've done that process now. I'm going to give you a little moment now, just while we're up here, to really enjoy the feeling of unconditional love. So in this moment, I'd invite you to just float around, do roly-polies and jump into the sky and just do whatever makes you feel incredibly happy, joyful in your own body. You are 1,000,000 trillion infinite amount supported by unconditional love in this space. You might find yourself just floating and swimming and just doing crazy things. Feel as your body relaxes. And all of those points of views and belief systems have now left your body, and just really enjoy the feeling of lightness that you have now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And now as we come down from the seventh plane, down from theta, through the pink misty clouds and through the rainbow jelly light clouds, all the way back through to your body, where everything that you have just let go is now integrated instantaneously into your physical body. Even if it requires just a couple of moments to catch up, that's okay. And now imagine that you're standing underneath a big, beautiful crystalline waterfall where the water is flowing over and through your body, just washing away any other little fragments. And now stepping onto the big, warm river rock. You feel the warmth of Mother Earth underneath your feet. Now you breathe in, bringing Mother Earth all the way up. Bringing Father Sky energy all the way down. This is part of the grounding process, bringing Mother Earth and the unconditional love all the way up. And now bringing Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. And so it is done, it is done, it is done. When you're ready, open your eyes. Please have some water when you've got a chance to. I hope that you enjoyed that. I'm glad you enjoyed that, Paul. Yes, me too. There was some big shifting going on for me in there. And yay. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Melinda. For my beautiful Southern Hemisphere peeps, I hope you have an absolutely glorious night's sleep. And for Paul, I hope you have a lovely time over your Easter weekend with your family. I'm looking forward to having a fairly quiet one. I remembered to go and do some groceries before the shops closed for 2 days. Gotta love that. Because I wasn't sure if the IGA was going to be open or not. It is. So if I get desperate, I can go back. Yes. So remember this week to keep breathing deeply, enjoy the slightly quieter week energetically, keep grounding, and just remember to be bold, be brave, be you, my beautiful friends. And until next week, I love you, I adore you, and I look forward to seeing you super soon. It'll be even sooner than usual because it'll be back to Friday next week. All right. See you later. Bye-bye.